Hello everyone, good morning. Let us start with the current affairs. Sorry for the delay. Chaliye, there is a very good quote which says that people participation is the key essence of e-governance or governance. यानी कि it's very important to make any plan, scheme, initiative successful when lot number of people are participating in that thing. यानी कि participating in that initiative. This is actually what is kind of a quote which is related to good governance. And recently the same example has been shown by the portal, that is e-Jagriti portal. Now it is an e-governance platform or initiative which has been taken by Government of India, and recently according to data it is one of the most effective tool of e-governance which has resulted in this particularly governance system. So what is e-Jagriti? Jagriti is specifically talking about justice and grievance redressal for consumers using information technology and innovation. Yani ki this is something which is related to your customer problems. If customer is facing any kind of a problem with any company or government authorities, for that we have a portal that is known as e-Jagriti portal. Or anyone, if you guys also, if anyone is facing some kind of these problems, you can go and register your problem under this particularly portal, that is www.e-jagriti.government.in. So now we will see what is the news related to e-Jagriti. So e-Jagriti platform has crossed 2.75 lakh users, including 1.388 that is basically 1388 NRIs, and delivered record disposal efficiency in 2025, surpassing 2024 benchmark. So it is e-Jagriti is a platform, it's kind of an online platform, a very good tool for e-governance or very good tool for governance, which is specifically made to resolve the problem of the people, the problem, any kind of a grievances, public grievances, matlab any kind of a dikkat they have, pareshani with the government authorities, then they have to just go and enroll themselves on this portal, and the solution will be given to them. Under which department it is there? So it is under the Department of Consumer Affairs. So this is what we can say that ki Jago Grahak Jago ka ek kind of a sub part of that Jago Grahak Jago ki bhaiya you should know your rights, you should know whom to complain if you are facing any kind of problems related to whatever the services which has been provided by the government, and you should get justice. This is what the target of your Jagriti. So, e-Jagriti is a unified AI-enabled digital grievance redressal platform managed by whom? That is Department of Consumer Affairs, designed to integrate all consumer dispute resolution system into one portal. So it is also a unified scheme where every kind of a customer problem will be resolved under one portal, that is basically your e-Jagriti portal. So it's a unified AI based system under your Department of Consumer Affairs, and it's basically designed to integrate all the dispute resolution systems into one seamless portal developed by your Department of Consumer Affairs, that is under the Government of India. And what is the aim and objective of this? So aim is basically to make sure and to ensure that lot of basically all the key aspects which is important for e-governance, yani ki to provide proper standard, transparency, accountability, dispute resolution on time, like everything, time like limit, क्या बोलते हैं कि provide services with a क्या बोलते हैं, we called it as an expiry date, कि बोलते हैं ना कि every product has expiry date, so that we should so because we of which we are aware that कि भैया this the validity of this product is like कि इतना महीना इतना साल, so we use that product accordingly. Same they say that कि भैया we will going to basically give you services with the expiry date, यानी कि we will going to inform you if a problem will be resolved in this much time, it could be week, or it could be month, or it could be within a 15 days, then it will be resolved within the given time period. So this is what actually they say as an particularly aim of the e-Jagriti is to ensure faster, transparent, accessible, paperless consumer justice across the India and abroad, especially empowering your MSME sector. यानी कि we are targeting, this is the point I'm repeating again and again, for 2047 Viksit Bharat, we are equally and we are largely focusing on whom? That is your MSME sector, yani ki your medium and small scale, particularly entrepreneurs and businessmen, because they are the who are one of the largest contributor in this growing economy. So if I'm using any kind of a small scale services and I'm getting any kind of a problem, and if I complain regarding to that individual, definitely it will going to ruin the market of individual as well. So they are making sure if any of the person is suffering any kind of a problem related to these MSME also, it will be resolved as soon as possible, so that both the parties can have a benefit from this. So this is what actually the concept of your aim of this e-Jagriti, to ensure faster, transparent, accessible, paperless consumer justice across India, abroad, especially empowering MSME consumers, household NRIs with real-time, tech-enabled grievance redressal. Real time का you can, in short you can say it's kind of a with the expiry date, यानी कि बोला तो करके दिखाया. This is what actually they are targeting for. Now, what is the process? Yesterday in my class of governance, I was just teaching them कि second ARC has given recommendation related to overcome the challenges related to your e-governance. So there is one formula which has been given by your second ARC, that is KISS formula. KISS formula. So KISS formula is like your keep it small and simple. Keep it small and simple. So this is a recommendation which is given by second ARC, that how any plan and policy that should be, so that it can easily be accessed by everyone. So e-Jagriti is kind of a same example for that. What is the process? Like if I want to register myself for any of the complaint related to any XYZ authorities, so what is the process? It is not a very rocket science kind of a process, a very simple process which says that you just have to go and register yourself there. Okay, you have to create your account, then you have to log in with the same account, and simply you have to file the complaint. Khatam. It's a normal process. It is just a simple process how you create your Instagram or Facebook profile. So it is as simple as that. What you have to do, you just have to register, create an account, then you have to log in with the same ID and password, and then simply you have to complain whatever the problem you are having with, whatever the authority or whatever the MSME sector or whomsoever you are having problem with, you can complain, you can file your complaint over there. So this is a KISS formula, second ARC. Suggestion is equally implicable here, that is keep it small and simple. This is what the process of your e-Jagriti portal. Okay, if you want to complain, very short mein everything is present there for you. So now you can relate whomsoever students of like a student who were there in my governance class yesterday, they can now relate what I was talking yesterday. Okay, so key features, what are the key features related to it? So first of all, it is actually a particularly platform, one of the very useful tool to actually work for the related to the public grievances and redressal. Okay, and effectively it is working as well. Second, it is also promoting a paperless economy, यानी कि we are also going e. जब we are going e का मतलब ये होता है कि lot of government departments and authorities are also related to it. If let's say if any of the particular individual is having problem with any of the XYZ company, so उसके साथ भी we are connecting e, यानी कि electronically. So that means कि we are also focusing on less use of paper. This is also one of the initiative of e-governance, that is e-office. So under e-office we try to use less paper so that ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चीज़ें इकोनॉमिकली हो सके, इलेक्ट्रॉनिकली हो सके और कम से कम पेपर का इस्तेमाल हो, तो इन्वायरमेंट फ्रेंडली भी ऑफिसेज हो जाए. गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेज कैन ऑल्सो बिकम इन्वायरमेंट फ्रेंडली. So this is what actually 2 to 3 main features of this. So what are the features? Obviously, okay, yeah, one more thing, it's kind of an umbrella platform, yani ki it has integrated all the services in one platform in a very simple and easy manner. So what is the process? What is the first key feature of this e-Jagriti? Integrate all legacy system into one portal, like your e-filing, digital scrutiny, electrical notices, virtual hearing, secure documents, role-based dashboard for judges, advocates and litigants. Everything is present at one point of time. Yani ki this particularly portal, it is like it's kind of a consumer court. समझ सकते हो, it is kind of a e-consumer court. So everyone is present here. Like अगर मैंने complain करी, so there is a advocate, judges and litigants can also have the access of the same data, so they can also get aware कि क्या problem है. Hearings भी sometime it is also online. So this is what actually Everything is integrated under one platform. Every individual, every stakeholder which is connected is actually integrated under one platform. So this is what actually the first key feature of the e-Jagriti system. Now, second, obviously everything you can file, track. मैंने बोला था ना, I have also taught you, like I have also discussed about this in live also. There is a provision of EFIR. Like earlier what it happens कि अगर मेरा आधार कार्ड खो गया, पैन कार्ड हो गया, then we have to go to police station and register an FIR. It's a kind of a process, lengthy process. And वैसे भी उसको बहुत ज़्यादा importance नहीं दी जाती है. We also know that कि I'm registering this FIR related to my आधार कार्ड because I just want to make sure. अब ये नहीं है कि मेरा वो आधार कार्ड आ ही जाएगा, कोई ढूंढ के लाएगा पुलिस वाला, नहीं. What our purpose is that कि if my आधार कार्ड has been misused further, yeah, in future basically years, then at that time I have a proof ki yes, I have registered this, I have a registered FIR over there ki this particular, I have misplaced my basically Aadhaar card has been stolen, so I have a data and proof for that. So this is a simple process, like with a simple mindset. So nowadays what is the provision for Aadhaar card is that, for the Aadhaar card is that if my Aadhaar card has been misplaced or stolen, then what I will do, I will go and actually on the portal of the police and वहाँ पे EFIR पे I will register my FIR and even I can track the basically status of the FIR. जिस तरीके से if we order any product from Amazon or any of the social online marketing platforms or e-commerce, then we can track the particularly status of that product. Same facilities have been given under this portal as well, that is the e-Jagriti portal. So allow Indian citizens abroad to file, track and participate in hearings remotely through secure OTP login. Proper one-time payment, one-time basically system is also there. Encrypted document exchange, yani ki only two people can see, jisne the person who has initiated and the person who is responsible. Now, virtual codes and integrated payment gateway is also there. Yani ki payment gateways are also very secure. If anyone is asked to pay online, then also at that time we have a very integrated and very secure payment system as well. So this is the second main feature which is associated with it. Now, many of the people who are actually क्या बोलते हैं registering themselves here, they might not understand the language, they might not understand the process very easily. So what is the next provision for them under this e-Jagriti? So there are chatbots which are present, yani ki they will going to speak. They are kind of a chatbot assistants, like iPhones mein we have Siri for that. Ki Siri, if you want to ask anything and you're not finding that thing, so you can just ask Siri ki Siri mujhe ye karke do. Yeah Siri, I want to call this individual, so kindly call this falana individual XYZ person. So such kind of chatbots are also present there. Chatbots assistants are also there who will going to help. Voice to text provision is also there. Real-time tracking, smart cases routing, support for elderly and visually impaired as well. Yani ki elderly and visually impaired ke liye bhi special provisions are mentioned under this initiative. Now, in 2025, there is a lot of number cases which has been disposed under this. Like on an average, what data says that they have disposed 27,545 cases as compared to 27,080 cases which were there in July, August last year. So they are saying that ki now we have developed a lot of, particularly, we have cleared a lot of backlog under this. Now, over 2 lakh SMS alerts and 12 lakh emails auto sent for case updates, notifications, OTP verification and deadlines to ensure procedural transparency. So these are the facts which are very important from mains perspective, not from prelims perspective, but from mains perspective. Obviously, Bharat, Kosh, Pay Government, these are also the particular initiatives which has been taken so that more and more people can be having a very safe access of data from here. Okay? Now, next. Let us move towards the next article. Hope so you have understood the article. Now this is a kind of a rice ka variety. There is a particularly Adhi Chini. The name of the rice variety, that is Adhi Chini, if I am not wrong. This variety has been basically genetically modified by your BHU, that is Banaras Hindu University, and the re-innovated or the reinvented or basically it's kind of a, they have given it's like a 2.0 kind of a version. They have genetically modified this rice ka variety and now it has been presented again in the market with the more drought resistance, with the more kind of a nutritious value in the market. So let us study about this basically rice. So BHU researchers have successfully revived and improved the traditional aromatic black rice rice variety that is known as Adam Chini. So what is Adam Chini? What are the key features and characteristics of Adam Chini? What are the changes which has been taken after the BHU ka 2.2 version of this Adam Chini? And what are the benefits of these Adam Chini? We will going to see each and everything in detail here. Now, Adam Chini. It's specifically grown in my region. I have also saw the growing of these particularly, majorly it is important because these variety, Adam Chini variety is majorly grown in eastern UP. Like Varanasi, then your Mirzapur, Sonbhadra, these are the districts of basically eastern UP where you will see these kind of growing of these kind of Adam Chini at a very large scale. So, you can see here primary cultivated in Chandauli, Varanasi, Mirzapur, Sonbhadra districts forming part of the Vindhya hills. That's why this rice is also known as Vindhya rice. मतलब this is like because हमारे वहाँ पे there is also a particularly place, holy place which is related known as Vindhyachal Mata. So in this region of eastern UP, there is a proper Vindhya rice which is present. So that's why this is also known as Vindhya rice, and this is also basically called as a rice of a Vindhya foothills ka ecosystem. So that's why this is the characteristics of this rice. That's why you will see these rice are majorly grown. If UPSC asks ki bhaiya only, so only might also be not the right statement, but majorly, or you can say that 80-90% of this Adam Chini rice is grown in your eastern UP part, specifically in your Chandauli, Varanasi, Mirzapur and Sonbhadra district. Now, so it is also known as Adam Chini chawal. It's a traditional, and why it is known as Adam Chini? Pata hai? Because it looks like a chini, like sugar ka crystals. It looks like it's have a very small kind of a pieces. That's why it is known as basically as a Adam Chini, because it look like a sugar. Ki bhaiya chote pieces mein you can see here you can see if image is clear. It's like a very small kind of a particle, small kind of a pieces you can see. That's why it is known as Adam Chini. So Adam Chini chawal is a traditional short grained aromatic black rice variety from eastern UP, which is known for its obviously the crystal-like grains. It seems like crystal, that's why it is known as chini. Strong fragrance and superior cooking quality. It has a very highly nutritious value as well. So this is this is just some general information about Adam Chini, which is also known as Adam Chini chawal. Majorly grown in eastern UP, Chandauli, Varanasi, that is your Mirzapur and Sonbhadra. Mirzapur is also famous for carpet, and carpet was also in news because when 50% tariff has been imposed by your USA, lot of carpet industry people have been hampered, and on an average 20,000 to 50,000 people have lost their job in the initial days. Now situation is improved, but still lot of people are not able to get what actually they were getting before this tariff which has been imposed by your basically USA. So this is also one of the important aspects. So you can link this article from that article which I have discussed related to the tariff on your carpet industry. So sugar like traditional with a very good aromatic and strong, and it is a variety of a black rice. Many of time you will get confused ki bhai ye to kala lag nahi raha hai. Then why she is saying that it is one of the varieties? It is a sub variety of black rice. Little bit blackness can be seen. That's why we called it as it is a sub variety of a black rice. Now what are the characteristics? Short, very strong kind of a aroma, so it's a very scented kind of a thing, very bold grains you can see, and it has a very strong natural aroma which you will see. Drought tolerant is there. Iski life, it's long, it's life of this rice is a kind long as compared to the others. Okay, well suited in eastern UP, semi-arid agro climate, which I have already discussed. It is majorly grown in your basically eastern UP. Obviously, it is whenever it is cooked, it is a very soft and flavorful kind of a rice with a high nutrition value you can get. Now, GI tag, obviously it has get GI tag in 2023 itself. Adam Chini chawal in 2023, and it is available till your November 2030. So if we want to revive the particularly GI tag on this basically rice, then again in 2030 we have to start with the procedure again of the GI tag renewal of the GI tag. So it has been given GI tag on 22nd of February 2023, which was valid till your 2030. Now it has not been, this is one more thing, majority of the time majorly the government is responsible for the GI tag, but here two companies together, they have asked They have initiated a particularly like these are the two companies who said that this rice should be given a GI tag. What is the name of the companies? So GI tag proposed by Ishani Agro Producer Company Limited and Human Welfare Association of Uttar Pradesh. So these two authorities have proposed basically to give GI tag to this Adam Chini Chawal or Adam Chini rice variety. Okay, hope so things are clear. So if UPSC asks you, it is the only initiative of UP government to give this as a GI tag. So answer is no, it is an initiative of two companies. That is one proposed by two basically authorities, that is Ishani Agro Producer Company Limited, and the another one is your Human Welfare Association of UP. These two organizations together, they have proposed GI tag for Adam Chini, and it has received GI tag in 22nd February 2030. Now it has been 2023. It is actually valid for your 2023 November, and it is also known as Vindhya black rice, which I have already told you. Here is the feature which you will see. Why it is called as a Vindhya black rice? Because it is present in the belt of district, which is actually part of your Vindhya hills. Very good morning to everyone. I'm sorry the session has been started late. Now, improved features. What are the improved version of this rice? So, what is the improved version of this rice? तो improved version क्या है इस rice का? तो सबसे पहले height जो है वो reduce कर दी गई है लगभग 105 सेंटीमीटर. Now आप बोलेंगे what पहले क्या height थी जो उसको 105 करी है? So it was around 165. सो इसकी हाइट रिड्यूस करी, ऑलरेडी इसको क्रिस्टल फॉर्म कहा जाता है, बट जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड में हाइट हैज़ बीन रिड्यूस सो दैट इट कैन ऑल्सो, इसकी जो लाइफ है वो और ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हो जाए. एंड रेजिस्टेंस हैज़ बीन इम्प्रूव. मेच्योरिटी जो है थोड़ी सी कम हो गई है, 120 डेज में ये कम से मतलब ये कम दिन में मेच्योर हो सकता है, यानी कि कम दिन में ये खाने लायक हो सकता है. यील्ड इंक्रीज, प्रोडक्शन इंक्रीज हुआ है, दैट इज ऑन एन एवरेज 30 to 35 क्विंटल्स पर हेक्टेयर. एंड इसने लेकिन दे हैव मेक श्योर कि द सिग्नेचर यानी कि द इनिशियल अरोमा शुड अलाइव लाइक इज अलाइव देयर, यानी कि इनिशियल अरोमा इज स्टिल प्रेजेंट इन दिस एडम चीनी चावल. सो दिस इज द इम्प्रूव्ड फीचर ऑफ बेसिकली दिस एडम चीनी चावल which you will see. Now what is the significance? The significance is that we are not only producing this for our country. बोले कि देश के ही लोग खा खा के एकदम हेल्दी और न्यूट्रिशियस नहीं होंगे. दिस आर इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट. वाई? बिकॉज मेजॉरिटी ऑफ दी वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग इट टू डिफरेंट ऑफ द कंट्रीज. नाउ यू विल सी दिस बासमती राइस ट्रेंड इज मेजरली सीन इन आर कंट्री और मेजरली इट इज सीन इन दी USA or European countries. But on the other hand, if I talk about the Southeast Asian countries, Japan, Korea, China, these are the countries they majorly actually consume the mota rice because they तो मतलब ये तो एक तरीके से पूरा ही अलग ही तरीके का राइस इस्तेमाल करते. they make it a sticky rice as well. So that's why majority of our rice export is not towards the Southeast Asian country. Majorly we are, I'm not saying we are not exporting with your Southeast Asian country, but major of the rice exports of ours is with these Western countries, Europe, USA, Australia, New Zealand. These are the countries with whom we are actually exporting your rices. So this rice export will going to be improved, and it will going to improve and enhance the farmer income by high export demand from Australia and New Zealand. We are also converting our traditional rice into one of the economical purpose, very important, so that a lot of small scale farmers equally can benefit from this, and our traditional ethos can also be basically preserved, and obviously it will going to strengthen the eastern UP economy. So these are kind of a significance which you will see from here. Majorly it is for 10 years beta. Majorly it is for 10 years, and then we have to actually go for the revival and renewal of the GI tags. Same for majorly for the patents also. So we have discussed this in IPR rights. So once we were discussing about intellectual property rights and GI tag के बारे में, तो I have discussed lot of things under which act, what is the guarantee, no GI tag is for the lifetime purposes, which product has been given the first GI tag. Yesterday also we were talking about the GI tag. So which Indian product has got the first GI tag? That is your Darjeeling tea. So Darjeeling tea has got the first GI tag in the country. And now it's your homework is that you have to find out, you have to write data as which state has highest number of GI tags in India. So this is your homework. Which state has highest number of GI tags in India? just give me a second. Okay, sorry. So this is the thing, GI tag is given for your basically 10 years. Hope so Milana, this is clear. ठीक, चलिए next. GPS spoofing. This is very important because recently more than 200 flights has been affected by this GPS spoofing, and this is not the first kind of a initiative which has been taken place by the cyber attackers, or this is not the first incident which took place. Series of incidents are taking place, and specifically around India. That's why it is a major concern for us. Now what is GPS spoofing? GPS spoofing या GNSS spoofing क्या होता है? When flights are flying in, basically flying, उस time पे क्या होता है, they are working on a signal कि भैया from the signal they realize कि yes the route is clear, or basically the runway is clear for the landing, the directions कि भैया कोई flight तो नहीं आ रही है, like there is also proper air traffic is also going on. So अब if aeroplanes के if these aeroplanes are not getting the proper signal, अगर ये fluctuated या फिर इस तरीके से distorted if signals they will get, definitely chances are very high कि air में accident could take place. Why? Because इसके बाद क्या होता है कि the particularly pilots, once the G's kind of a GNS spoofing or GPS spoofing has been done with the space flights, the pilots have to work on the manual basis. यानी कि उनको self awareness से अपनी बच्ची को जो अपनी knowledge है उसके हिसाब से then they have to fly कि भैया yes this might be the right way, इस तरीके इस direction में है तो this could be the right way, यहाँ से ये हो सकता है, मतलब everything is manual, nothing is automatic at that time. So at that time chances are very high कि collisions आपको देखने के लिए definitely हवा में मिलेंगे, यानी कि aeroplanes के accidents देखने के लिए मिलेंगे. And this incident is continuously taking place in the country from last few years, and this is what the concern of the country, and we have to strongly work on it. Aircraft flying near Delhi reported multiple cases of GNSS spoofing in early November 2025, triggering false cockpit alerts, misleading terrain warning. Now, what is GNSS spoofing? यानी कि obviously when you intentionally, you can see here, अब क्या है, let us see, it is an example with a car, ठीक. अब क्या होता है, we use a GPS system, that is global positioning system. So मैंने GPS में डाला, I want to go from here to there, ठीक. तो उसने एक मुझे रूट दिखाया. So this is a real time data which I am getting. So उसके बाद में I have to follow that route, and the route is getting from where? From the signals which is actually sent by these satellites, from the signal which is I am getting through the system. Now just imagine I have to go to there only, and someone has hacked my system, या someone has the satellite, तो मुझे एक ही जगह जाने की जगह they might mislead me, यानी कि उसको मुझे kidnap करना है. Let's say I'm not a that big हस्ती, but let's say he want to kidnap me, or he, she, whatever the individual want to kidnap me, और मैंने कुछ search किया and they have hacked my system, hacked the signaling, so मुझे वो same जगह जाने के लिए मुझे वो different location show करेगा कि this is not the route, this is the route you have to follow if you want to reach there. So they will going to distort my signal ताकि chance वो उसके जो particularly aim है to target me, to affect me, that can be fulfilled. So same they are doing with these kind of a aircraft, and this is what your GNSS spoofing is. यानी कि you are actually giving them a lot of signals because of which they get confused, the system get confused, and उसके बाद you have to stop the basically automatic mode, मतलब the particularly system, and you have to shift to manual mode, जिसकी वजह से chances are very high if you're not aware कि you might lead into the some terrain, यानी कि हो सकता है कि तुम पहाड़ों की तरफ चले जाओ, बढ़ जाओ, गिर जाओ, मतलब lot of incidents can take place. The only thing here is that they are misleading the particularly system by various kind of a false signals. So this is what actually GNSS spoofing is. So GNSS spoofing is the intentional transmission of a fake satellite navigation signals to mislead receivers such as aircraft, drones, ships or vehicles into calculating a incorrect position, time or velocity. यानी कि everything related to drone, ship, aircraft, it is actually majorly based on philosophy. कितना time लगेगा, इतनी velocity से जाएंगे, इतनी speed से जाएंगे तो I can preserve this crash. So the technical thing is going on there. So उस technicality को they will mislead so that कि उनकी calculation जब strong नहीं रहेगी, calculation if it is affected, the chances of accident will definitely going to increase. So this is what actually your GNSS spoofing is Now, you can also see here news ki major of the things are actually happening near your Delhi airport. This same kind of GPS spoofing has been done when Delhi, say, flight was going to Dubai. So, beach mein such kind of a GPS spoofing has been done. Because of this, Delhi flight have to come back. So these, you can understand, it can be such a huge, it can create such a huge kind of a disaster which you will see. So that's human made disaster which you can see. So these are kind of a form of cyber attacks only. But these could be a very dangerous kind of a cyber attacks which country can face. Now what are the types of this GNSS system? So GNSS spoofing, that is what is actually the type that is known as GNSS spoofing. So under this, fake signals are given to aircraft. Fake signals are injected to mislead the aircraft about this location, altitude, direction, and this is one of the most dangerous form which is actually used by recently by these cyber attack or the person who is actually involved in this kind of GNSS spoofing. So GNSS spoofing, what is GNSS spoofing? It's a fake signal injected or misleading the aircraft about its location, altitude and direction, and this is one of the worst kind of or dangerous kind of a spoofing which you will see. Then GNSS jamming, that is blocking. What they do? The noise disruption will be created, because we also know that ki noise की भी एक frequency होती है, that can also affect the normal radiation. So noise disruption, genuine satellite signals, making the receiver unable to compute a location. It is like you're blocking the signal, यानी कि यहाँ से something is coming, एक सिग्नल यहाँ से आ रहा है, तो व्हाट आई एम डूइंग कि यहाँ पे बीच में आई हैव स्प्रेड द अनदर सिग्नल, तो उसकी वजह से वो क्या हो रहा है, ब्लॉक हो रहा है, तो एक मिस अलाइनमेंट इज गोइंग प्लेस. दैट इज दिस काइंड ऑफ अटैक इज नोन एज योर GNSS jamming or blocking. Second is your meconing. Meconing. What is meconing? Signal rebroadcasting. यानी कि the original signal has been captured, has been deviated और false signal दिए जा रहे हैं. यानी कि if I have decided I want to go here, मतलब from here to let's say Connaught Place, ठीक है, on an average 30 minutes it will going to take place. So what they will going to do? They will going to capture the real signals of reaching there, and they will going to create a fake kind of a signal which will going to give me a fake data or a kind of a false command जिसको follow, and I will not even be aware कि भैया what is the system. If I am a new one in the city, then I will not even be aware कि कैसे मुझे वहाँ पहुँचना है. So they will going to capture the real signal and they will going to create a whole artificial fake kind of a signal, that is in short known as your meconing. So original signals are captured and rebroadcast with a delay, tricking receives without generating obvious alarms. मतलब कि तुम चलते चलते GPS, sometimes GPS also does the same. हालांकि that is not a spoofing, बट समटाइम GPS ऑल्सो डज द सेम कि वो चलते चलते तुमको एक डेड एंड पे लेके आ जाता है, बोलता है दिस इज द शॉर्टेस्ट रूट टू रीच देयर. सो उसके बाद यू हैव टू, अब डेड एंड पे अब कहाँ से तोड़ के तो यू कांट गो, सो व्हाट यू डू, फिर यू हैव टू टेक द यू टर्न. सो एक्चुअल टाइम गोज डिलेज. सो ये ज़्यादातर कब होता है? इट इज दिस काइंड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस कैन बी यूज इन द वॉर टाइम सिचुएशन कि सब कुछ सिग्नल पे दे आर वर्किंग. सो दे विल गोइंग टू डिविएट, दे विल गोइंग टू क्या बोलते हैं, कैप्चर द रियल डेटा एंड दे विल गोइंग टू क्रिएट अ हैवॉक डेटा, जिसकी वजह से फोर्सेस कैन बी मिसलीडेड. सो दैट these are the kind of GPS spoofing or GNSS spoofing which you will see, which is associated with your basically kind of a GNSS spoofing which you will see. This is the example which you'll say this is a spoofer and these are the signals which we are getting. But the particularly spoofer, the particular individual who is creating such kind of a attack, it can actually show my position here, rather I am present here, this is my real position, but with spoofing it will going to show कि भैया यहाँ इसकी position है, it will going to recreate my position. So this is what actually the system, this spoofing looks like. Now what are the threats of GNSS spoofing? Obviously incorrect data, incorrect signals can lead to death, that can lead to the crashes of the aircraft. It can lead to the at a very large scale it can lead to basically the loss of human and the livelihood. So aircraft may display the incorrect position, wrong flight path or misleading headings, forcing pilot to rely on the manual navigation, which we have discussed कि manual navigation पे chances are very high कि the calculation might, कि time velocity calculation might get disturbed, because of which clashes can take place. Then spoofed signals can trigger false terrain warnings, runway misalignment alerts, obstacle proximity alert, distracting pilot during the critical phase like टेक ऑफ एंड लैंडिंग. यानी कि आई एम लैंडिंग एंड सडनली मुझे मिस सिग्नल आने लग गया कि भैया यहाँ तो इट्स नॉट अ राइट पोजिशन टू बेसिकली, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकेंड, it's not a right position to basically land, या यहाँ पे some kind of a mountain terrain can be seen, so they might mislead me, जिसकी वजह से it could lead to some kind of a disruption. Then crew workers, obviously their work will be increased because now they have to work more effectively for the coming particularly situation. So this is the particularly GPS spoofing and the complications which is related to it. Now exercise Garud is actually going on between your France and India, and this is one of the it was initially started in 2003 and it takes place alternately, यानी कि एक साल France में it will going to take and the next year it will going to take place in your basically France, India, France, India. So this is what your Operation Garud, and in Operation Garud the air forces take place, यानी कि the Air Force of France and the Air Force of India. So both the air forces are taking place for this basically partnership for this exercise, that is exercise Garud, and it was started in 2003 after the agreement which was signed, that is India-France strategic partnership which was signed. Now what is the focus area? That means they will going to work on the air-to-air combat drills, they will going to work on basically air defense system, joint operations, techniques, procedure, everything which is related to the air, that is actually done. Obviously significance, it will going to improve the defense relationship between both the countries, it will going to basically increase the basically trust on the defense related क्या बोलते हैं initiative. So this is what actually the focus is. Another exercise is Varuna, that is naval, same kind of exercise which we are doing with your France. From the navies when involved, that is known as exercise Varun. Then Shakti is army, and desert night is exercise, the third exercise which we do with them. But the problem here, but the thing here is that we are not only doing this desert night with only basic, it's not a bilateral military exercise. The third country which is equally involved in this is your UAE, that is United Arab Emirates. So desert night is a military exercise between three countries, India, France and UAE. So if UPSC asks you which of the following military exercises are conducted between India and France only, then Varun, Garud and desert night. So statement will be all the three statements या only two. What will be the answer? If UPSC asks you कि which of the following military exercises are conducted only between India and France, then the options are given here is your Varun, Garud, Shakti and desert night. So what will be the answer? All of the four या only three? What will be the answer of this question? Just answer this question and let me know. Answer this question in the comment section. Now, this is a particularly festival which has been celebrated in Himachal Pradesh, and it is known as Raulane festival. So it is a Raulane festival of Himachal Pradesh, important from art and culture perspective, which you will see. So what is the importance? Raulane festival is a kind of a 5,000 years old traditional festival which which is celebrated by the people of Himachal Pradesh in the Kinnaur district, and they are actually praying. They are celebrating the your mystical celestial fairies. Celestial fairies known as Sonies. So there is a they believe that there is a fairies which is known as Sonies, and to show them, to respect them, they are actually celebrating this festival that is known as Raulane festival, which is a 5,000 year old tradition of the Himachal Pradesh people or the Kinnauri district. So this is a festival which you will see. Guys, I need your answer please. Okay, so key elements of this festival is like two men are involved there. So you can see the image itself shows that ki do men are present there. One will going to be dressed as a groom. So he is a groom. He is dressing as a groom. He is known as Rolena. And the particularly the another one is dressed as a bride, that is actually known as Rolani. So this is actually, you can see it's a symbol of groom, Rola, and your bride, that is Rolani. They are fully covered into the traditional Kinnauri woolens, adorned with masks and your ornaments to represent this mystical being. So they are actually praying the kind of a Sonies which you will see which were present there. So the pair is obviously what is the other particularly thing which is related to it. So the pair undertake a slow devotional procession and a dance to a Nagin Narayan temple. So there is a Nagin Narayan temple where they are actually dancing and they are actually representing their gratitude towards the spirit, towards the people, towards the god, that is the Soni mystical fairies which they believe are present there. Chaliye, the next article is related to the chicken neck corridor, which we have discussed a lot. So this is a chicken neck corridor which you will see. It's a tri-junction between your basically kind of say Nepal is present here, then here is your basically Bhutan, and China ka bhi presence is there. China also want to have access of this region, and we also know that ki why this region is important. I have already discussed about this when we were studying about the Bhutan. But recently one of the major initiative has been taken here. Indian Army has established 3 new garrisons near the Siliguri corridor at Dhubri, that is Assam, Kishanganj, Bihar, and your Chopra, West Bengal, to strengthen the surveillance and operational readiness. So government has actually, the central government has initiated, very good beta Milana. So central government has initiated this basically program. So under this they have said that ki Siliguri mein they have basically they have increased the defense basically authorities in sectors which you will see, which is actually situated. It's a 22-kilometer narrow passage which is connecting India, this part of India, to basically that part of India. 22 kilometers ka only the thing which you will see here, which is present here. And China want to have access here. China want to say ki agar ye kaat diya, if I have taken access or control of this 22-kilometer access, definitely I can basically remove a northeast region from India. I will be able to disintegrate a northeast region from India. This is what actually your target is. So that's why this is very crucial. Time to time we are actually importing, we are actually basically increasing our defense services here. So Nepal, West, Bangladesh, which we have saw, Bangladesh is also, it's a narrow passage of your 22 kilometer, and this is the thing which you will see. So this is your chicken neck corridor which we say, and very narrow passage. That's why we are majorly concerned about this chicken neck corridor. Bangladesh is also in news because Bangladesh ka minister has said that, who is actually taking care of the caretaker government of Bangladesh. He said that ki kaun hai wo, Sheikh Hasina should be killed, she should be assassinated, but because the supporters of your Sheikh Hasina, now they are on the platform and they are protesting against the government. So the same situation which has been created like as an anti-Sheikh Hasina, now the same situation has been created in a particularly favor of a pro-Sheikh Hasina. So now you can see that ki we will see later ki which are the forces. Earlier we were sure that ki USA was involved in this disbalance of the Bangladesh because they wanted ki Bangladesh should be work in favor of your USA. Why? Because India was not working in the favor of USA. So that's why they have created, they were one of the major parties along with Pakistan responsible for creating anti-India government in Bangladesh. Now again pro-India kind of movement have been started in Bangladesh. Now later we will see ki which of the forces are now involved in Bangladesh. Now historical background. So this chicken neck corridor was formed in 1947 and 48. Why? Because the partition has taken place. Bangladesh has become your East Pakistan, because of which a lot of area of this region has been went to your East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. Sikkim has been merged in 1975. So earlier it was a individual state, it was an independent country, but later it has been submerged in your India. That is also a different story. So after that we have realized that this is a particularly corridor that should be formed, and it is a very crucial corridor because China presence is also very nearby. So that's why we named this as a China Siliguri corridor, or which is also known as chicken neck corridor. And obviously it become important after your Indo-Sino war, that is in 1962, that is India-China war 1962, from where China has showing its interest in your chicken neck corridor because they want to have a huge access in northeast region, and they claim that under China's palm diplomacy, Arunachal Pradesh belongs to your India. So fulfill its goal. So to China, so fulfill its aim and desire to take Arunachal Pradesh, it is now planning to take whole northeast. So that's why they are planning something big in chicken neck corridor. That's why our influence, our presence, our defense forces presence in chicken neck corridor is increasing day by day. वैसे lots of rail network connectivity is created in this region. Lots of initiatives we are doing in northeast specifically to protect this chicken neck corridor also from China and northeast from China. Then lot of airports. One of the major airports which is present very near to this chicken neck corridor is Bagdogra. Lot of Air Force is present in, like अब क्या है ना कि upper forces में, like in Sikkim and you're basically in the chicken neck corridor, terrain is different, terrain is kind of a hilly of terrain, so armed forces will not going to work that effectively jitna Air Force will going to work. So that's why you will see in this area of Sikkim, Meghalaya and your chicken neck corridor, Siliguri corridor, matlab in this terrain, lot of Air Force bases are also present, because we know that ki Air Force is one of the effective tool which you can use there as compared to the army. So that's why lot of airports, lot of these kind of bases can be seen here, jaise ki Bagdogra airport which I have told you. Then we have created 100th airport under Uday Deshkam Nagarik in Sikkim also. In such a difficult terrain, we have created this basically airport. Why? Because Sikkim is very close to India-China border. Obviously, it is sharing border with China. And if in future any of the situation arises, we want to counter China, then Sikkim ka jo airport hoga, that will be one of the closest airport towards China, which will going to help our Indian forces to counter China. So this is, then Tri-Shakti Corps are there, military is there, a lot of forces are present in this region. Then transit points they are connecting, which is connecting, that's why we are improving relationship with Bhutan, Nepal and the other countries, so that we can have a huge and a great and strong access in the chicken neck corridor, and we give less opportunities to China to create havoc in the chicken neck or the Siliguri corridor. So this is what the importance of this basically chicken neck corridor which we have discussed. So yes, that's all for today's article. If you want to just go, I suggest this here, like, okay, I have talked about this in class also. We are continuously posting your daily 10 MCQs on our website, that is IAS Origin website. Go and resolve questions from there. Just see ki initially without any knowledge or with less knowledge or with good knowledge, what is your level of solving the questions, so that you can also understand ki how much preparation and how much kind of a dedication still you need to basically cover some topic. So that's all for today's session. Hope so you have enjoyed this session. Hope so you have learned from this session.